What's up, guys, and welcome to another video with myself, Saints Venny, on the Saints Foundation Saints Kicks sort of edition. What we've got going on here, some of you guys might know the Saints Kicks system, what's been going on with the football, but in the most recent times we've been focusing on the FIFA side, and obviously you get the opportunity to play myself, Saints Venny, who's the professional FIFA player for Southampton Football Club. That's just one of the prizes you can win if you enter into these Saints Kicks tournaments. If you want to join in any of these Saints Kicks tournaments, head over to their Twitter or Facebook page at SFC_foundation, and there'll be a link there for you guys to sign up, win prizes, and have maybe a possibility to play myself. Here, so quickly need to have a little check who we are playing. Gonna crash now, and he picked Wolves, and I think this was more of a tactical approach than anything. He was playing the 85 rated mode, and what happens with the 85 rated mode is it's frankly everyone 85 rated, but different positions have different more paces. So left wing backs will have more pace than the left back, and that's what Wolves have quite commonly. And I think their wingers are right wing and left wing, and they count as like a more of a attacking thing, so their stats are even better. So this guy's picked Wolves, and I think I mentioned in the last video there was one guy who frustrated me. I can't remember if it was that guy or it was this guy. I know this guy goes 1-0 up, I think possibly here. He doesn't, but he does go 1-0 up, and I remember for myself, I was like, oh, this is going to be a sweaty game. And I did just see before going into this as well, it was at a 10 minutes a half game. Usually we only do 6 minutes. I don't actually realise. I can't believe I didn't actually clock on that he did it at 10 minutes. I was wondering why this game was going on for like 30-40 minutes, and it's obviously because he set 10 minutes each half as the thing. But it is what it is, you know. We move on as Che Adams tries to wiggle himself in there. Just a slight change as well to how these videos are done. Maybe you've seen the last two. I'm not sure how the videos go out as such, but these are a different style to maybe the first videos you have seen from me. This is a post-com sort of commentary. I had some noise going on in the background, I had some builders when originally playing these games, so I wasn't actually able to give you guys a live com and like my live thinking sort of process when it comes to the in-game stuff. So we've re-recorded, basically pre-recorded my voice and my face cam over the gameplay, so you guys can obviously see some stuff, and you see there pretty bad tracking from me, but it was a little bit slow on the path and we pressed into Hoiberg. So yeah, my plan really when it comes to this video is to sort of ramble on, talk about some random stuff, but also talk about the FIFA, the game, what you're seeing ahead of you as well, my opponent, myself, what I'm thinking. I think this is the chance where he goes 1-0 up Raul Jimenez. I think he buries it near post. Great finish by Raul Jimenez. Absolutely 30 strike in real life. This guy is unbelievable. He's coming in clutch for Wolves, and I think they low-key are pushing for that, you know, 5th spot, which obviously means Champions League football this year because of Man City supposed to be getting banned from Champions League. So I think Wolves could be a shock when it comes to maybe getting that final Champions League spot. I don't think it is a shock though with the way they do play. I just think obviously because it's Wolves, people obviously have that sort of thinking behind it, like it's Wolves, so like surely at United or Arsenal, but we do pull it back to our 1-1 there. Che Adams, as I mentioned in the previous video, Che Adams in the 85 rated mode is an absolute beast. Drag back king, you know. Drag back, his dribbling's good. He's got 4-star weak foot on the 85 rated mode. Unbelievable card. You guys might have seen some silver challenges as well from some pro FIFA players in the Ultimate Team, where they go and play in the top 100 and foot champs with silvers teams and try and get top 100. And I know Che Adams is one of the picks in people's team when it comes to actually picking obviously their silver teams, just due to his body type, what he brings into the game, load of pace about him. But silvers are not really like the way they used to be back in FIFA. I remember back in the day, maybe like FIFA 13, FIFA 14, people picking silvers actually over gold cards just because how fun they was to use and just sort of how fluid the game was. You know, you was able to use these type of players, but I think now we're at the point, I would say the most recent FIFAs from FIFA 17, people have moved away from using like the silver and the bronze team because everything's so competitive. I think now in the game modes, and it's forcing people to just use the best meta cards in the game, and and just due to how the game's played, it's fairly slow. These cards, what were good like a couple of years ago. So, for example, the Yannick Bolasie was unbelievable at Crystal Palace. He isn't the same sort of factor, really, like on this game, just because how slow the game is. His stats are not the greatest, and people are obviously trying to play for the win. I think that's more so on FIFA side than anything, because obviously they're trying to make the game so people basically try and get the best players in the game, and I think it's FIFA's better when it's obviously as a fun sort of game, where you get to use whoever you want and actually still be able to win games. You can probably still play whoever you want and win games anyway, but I think there was like a higher chance for you to do it, and it was a lot more fun. I remember, like just the old videos, as I said, about the sweaty Dumbias and stuff like that. Like Dumbia now, in like the last 3 years, I say, if that card came out, it would probably still only be a super sub, just because the gameplay is so competitive, the game's so competitive, every game mode is so competitive, and it's forcing people to probably just use Dumbia as a super sub, where other people will probably just want to start him back in the day because he was just so quick and his finishing was great. As you do see there, Che Adams, an absolute magic man, I'm telling you. I said on the 85 rating mode, this guy is different, and you just got to see that yourself. His dribbling's unbelievable. I don't know what it is, but we take that 2-1 up now against this lad, and as I said, this lad was very good. Probably, I think the scoreline looks a little bit ridiculous when the game's done, but when you play 10 minutes a half, the scoreline will be slightly ridiculous, I guess, just because the game's going on for longer. I believe this kid sometimes wasn't pressing me. I think there's a lot of times you see like I'm holding the ball. I think you'll see at half time I held like 60 plus possession, and that was just due to the way this guy was playing. Like, he was losing and he wasn't pressing the ball. He was very happy to sit on the DMs and cover the passing lane. And as I say, that is something you need to add into your game, but you also need to be able to press and make the opponent force into an pass what they don't want to. It doesn't matter if you don't get a ball from that pass. It's more so like you're forcing them into a pass quicker, and just to be able to get out of position. We do score an offside goal here with Che Adams. Actually, no, that didn't even go in. I remember that was like the Danny Ings chance a couple of games back, and I was like, oh yeah, like that should be a certainty goal, but it didn't. But it is what it is. 30 minutes in so far in this game, as we are coming up. And as you see, all I'm doing is, in my attack, I'm just trying to build up sort of a slow, just moving the ball side to side. I know it's sometimes quite boring having to move this ball side to side. A lot of us are probably used to that ping pong 1-2 passing. But I'm trying to move the ball side to side just because the defensive AI is so powerful. And if I can move the ball fast, the AI will obviously have to try and adjust a lot quicker, and a lot of times you'll find them being out of position. So that is something what I'm looking for when I come into the attack. And as I said, this guy, see here with Jota, he should really just be pressing me with my defender. Like, if I go to the side or I go backward, that's not a problem. Like, as long as he's pressing and he sort of covers a passing lane when he presses, and when you press, you want to obviously cut out the passing lane, which is the most likely and the most effective passing lane what they can go to. So for example, when I was down on that wing, I probably want to be going back down to them on the wing. I want to try and get that forward pass going. So when he presses me with Jota, he should be running like and covering that passing lane, if that makes sense, and leaving the sort of right side, because the left side even, for the passes inside. Because what am I going to do there with the ball into my DMs or my centre back? I've got to rotate it, I've got to go slower. So obviously that would help him sort of try and get the ball back. When you're trying to do these presses, try and think what you're doing, like why you're pressing and who you're pressing basically, and how you're going to get the ball off of you. Just because you press somebody though in the first player doesn't mean you have to get the ball. It's sort of trying to force the opponent into some mistakes for you. And then Danny Ings with the heel to heel left foot shot, Ruddy gets down. Like I said, this guy picked Wolves for a reason. He picked some like options, like I think a guy called Nia, NYA, and Ramson. And I think he does play 85 rated mode, this guy, because they are picks what are being picked on purpose, or maybe it's his mates. I don't know. Maybe he's got some mates who are doing well at the Wolves academy, and that's why he's picked them. But I assumed he picked Wolves just because they are a very good 85 rated team. But yeah, once again, Che Adams hits the bar with obviously a nice bit of footwork there, and I couldn't believe it. Che Adams, he had 5 shots this half, and some of the chances what he has missed was a little bit ridiculous. Like that chance right there should 100% go in. I did everything right, made the angle for the far post finesse shot, and it wasn't meant to be with Danny Ings with the drag back from the corner where we do miss the original chance. And as you see against this guy, my drag backs were working, and the key to drag backs in attack, as I always say, when you do a drag back, you sort of want to bait it one way and go the other. So as you'll see, I sort of took that touch away. So what the opponent will probably do is try and push up on that sort of original first touch, and then I drag back. You sort of want to do a couple touches to sort of persuade them to come into you and try and get the ball, because otherwise, if you do like a drag back instantly, a lot of times the player's just naturally in that position even without them changing, or like changing to that guy to try and defend you. So you got to sort of try and manipulate the opponent in the way you're attacking. And to defend drag backs, I would say you just need to, sit in a position where you can follow the run if they do take that touch and just carry on sprinting, but also in a position where you can hold the drag back and usually just slightly behind the players who do make that 4-1 lovely goal by DJ. But yeah, like when you sort of want to be just in the middle of the player, like basically in line with them, as long as you're goal side, of course, because if you're not goal side, they're going to score. So you're able to go either carry on going with that original touch if it goes like sprinting, or if it's going to do a drag back, you're already there to defend it as well. But yeah, 4-1 so far against this guy, and as I said, this is 10 minutes half, and it kind of dragged the game out. And I can't believe I didn't notice it, as we see some Redmond footwork is just unbelievable as we make it 5-1 on the 45th minute. Look at that footwork by Redmond. But yeah, 10 minutes and a half, and it makes sense why this video is 30 minutes long. I remember when I was recording the game, I was thinking that game took a long time, and I saw the recording and it said 30 minutes, and I was like, usually the games are 18 to 20 minutes, like at the most. And this one was 30, and obviously going back and pre-recording this, I actually saw the game time before we went into the game, and it was 10 minutes long. So if you're thinking, why is this half going on for a little bit longer than others, it's because the guy put it on 10 minutes and a half. Usually I invite the opponent, but this guy wasn't able to join me previously. As you see, 65% possession going into half time. And that's something you might notice quite a lot with me, like the amount of possession I'm sort of holding, but I'm not holding possession just for the sake of holding possession. I would say I am a slower paced player in the way I'm trying to build up my attack. I'm not interested in them ping pong forcing passes in. I do want to take my time in the attack, but I'm not just doing passes for the sake of passing, if that makes sense. I am trying to manipulate the opponent. I am trying to make an opening for me to score a chance or make a higher percentage chance. And that's sort of the mindset I've got. I'm always trying to get the higher percentage chances for me to score, of course, because that's the key thing. You want them high percent chances to score, because simple, higher percent of it actually going in, higher percentage of you actually scoring, and higher percent of you actually going to be winning the game. But yeah, getting on to the second half here, 5-1, and I think that the second half was a little bit drier. I believe there is a few goals in the second half, but I would say I might have been trying to annoy him. To be honest with you, I might have been holding the ball a lot more. I can't believe that chance. I remember I actually read that quick free kick from him with Che Adams, and I shoot first time. Just a heads up, if you're wondering why that's gone over the bar, I think a lot of people probably will do that and like, it's gone over the bar. How's that gone over the bar? What you want to do is make sure you take that touch. Don't try and shoot first time, especially in them positions, especially with like a long run up towards the ball. It is just always going to go over the bar. So you want to take that touch and then shoot, so your player has more control of the shot. Obviously, when if you do it first time, there's obviously the higher risk, like in real life. You know, if you take a first time shot, the shot has a chance of actually going quite wayward. But if you have a touch, take control of where you want to hit the ball, you know, there's a higher chance of you scoring. But yeah, as you see, all this guy was basically, like as I was saying, like he wasn't really pressing the ball, and this is why I held a lot of possession as well, and trying to take my time, because, you know, there's no really, he's more so like chasing my shadow and chasing the player, rather than, you know, I can't believe that one missed as well. Che could have had about 10 goals this game. Yeah, he's chasing the play, chasing the ball, rather than thinking what my next step is. And that's all FIFA is. It's about thinking what my next step is. It's kind of like when you play football in real life, you know, you're trying to think what your opponent's going to be doing before they even do it. You know, how, like, you sort of got a picture what you're going to be doing before they even do it. As we see here, quite a lucky goal to make it 2-1. And he goes off celebrating, and actually I just remember this was the kid what annoyed me the most out of them all anyway, just because he did these celebrations, and usually I skip my celebrations, but this guy took his celebration, and don't blame him, you know, score a goal, gotta celebrate it. But usually, like, I know in like foot champs and stuff, I'm always pressing L1 or R1, RB, LB to just skip the celebration. But I remember this kid, he did that Raul Jimenez celebration, so I think every goal in this game I celebrated. So yeah, Danny Ings obviously bullying him into the cam role. Slightly different role, maybe what you used to see Danny Ings in as well. A lot of people probably expect him to be up top, but as I said, Che Adams unbelievable up top, and putting Danny Ings in the cam roles works quite good for me. But I'm going to touch on some stuff for the Saints Kicks and the Saints Foundation sort of things, because obviously these are the people who are bringing you this content, with the help of myself, of course. But let's have a little talk about the different things, what the Saints Kicks is, for example. So everyone you see here who I am playing have been connected through the Saints Kicks website. I'm not really too sure through their system. And what Saints Kicks is it's people between 18 and 19 year olds, and they get to play football for free at sites across Southampton in a safe and inclusive environment. It's a great way for young people to connect and play football with their friends. So that is the main goal of Saints Kicks. You know, it's given an opportunity for people in Southampton to have somewhere to play against their friends, against new people, meet new people, make new friends, and whatever it is. And of course, due to the situation we're in, obviously with the COVID stuff, they've moved this over to the FIFA sort of content here. I thought I was going to get a red card there, but yeah, they've moved it over to the FIFA side. It's a nice parallel, you know. I think most people who play football will know what FIFA is at least. Probably most of them will play it as well, because obviously it's a nice pastime what to do, and obviously the crossover is pretty simple. So that is what the Saints Kick sort of plan is behind this FIFA stuff, is to obviously give these people who were going to the football pitches to play football, and without obviously what was all going on, but to also have an opportunity to play myself, win prizes, you know, keep them entertained with obviously the time what we're in right now. But obviously the restrictions are kind of seeming to be getting lighter as time goes on, so it's all good. Hopefully we can get back to playing football in real life, but also still playing FIFA. But I'm telling you now, this weather, I've had to close my curtains just because of how much like sun was coming through. But this weather right now is not it, you know, to play video games. I don't even think it's it to sit outside and play football, because it's just so hot. But yeah, that is it really when it comes to all that Saints Kick stuff. And as I mentioned, if you do want to get involved with all this stuff, this is all brought to you with a collaboration with the Saints Foundation. And what they do is basically they obviously give. The Saints Foundation is a charity built from Saints. I'm not really too fine on the details, but I know they help people around the communities, help them getting food, especially in times what we're in need right now. As you see, a lot of my goals come from drag bats, by the way, and that is because I notice how committed a lot of people go towards that shot. And to be honest with you, I had the opportunity with Che Adams to just smash that far post there, but I noticed that he thought I was going to do that, so I just did that drive back to add in a higher percentage of chances. But if you, as I mentioned, if you want to get involved with anything regarding the Saints Foundation, head over to their Twitter and Facebook at SFC_Foundation. And yeah, hopefully you guys get the opportunity to play myself in these games, but also maybe you find something out what you didn't know, and you know, when obviously it all comes back together, you know, able to go and play football again. Maybe some of you guys will get involved with the Saints Kick stuff. Go and show people your FIFA skills, your football skills, and have some fun. You know, that's what the key thing is, to have some fun, enjoy ourselves. I tell you now, this weather though, whew, is too hot for myself. I'm not very good in the heat anyway, personally. Like, I'm not really a fan of it. So, you see there, I moved the keeper, a little cheeky one there, because I know he likes to shoot across goal. What I noticed, but yeah, I'm not very good in the heat. Don't know why it is. It's like my body just melts. It's not it. You know, get a bit of a sunburn as well, which obviously isn't the best. But you know, you need to get that fresh air, especially in times like this where we are meant to be staying indoors for the most of the time anyway, or in our houses. Going outside, get that exercise in. Recently I've been going for walks, and that's quite useful, you know, going for walks, get that fresh air in. But as I said, the heat's up in it right now, so it's making it a little bit harder to actually do stuff. You see it, quite a nice build up here. I think we scored from this, right? Oh, that was a beautiful chance there. Lovely build up play down the wing. You see like how a lot of the stuff is built down the wing, and then I'm trying to get into my strikers to either get that final turn off to the shot, or trying to lay it off to somebody else for the advanced shot. That's sort of how my build-up play. It would go down the wing, and then it would sort of come inside slowly. Can't believe I didn't score that. That was an unbelievable chance to score. That was such a nice build-up too. But yeah, 6-2. I think there might be like 1 or 2 more goals left into this game. Got some football as well on today as well. I'm sort of recording this quite late, really, when I was meant to. I think we've got quite a lot of football. Actually, I think like 4 or 5 games on today. Got United, Sheffield United, Wolves, Bournemouth, who else? Everton, Norwich, and then there's some later on kick-off games. And then I think tomorrow, Southampton's on against Arsenal. So yeah, a lot of football to be watched. It's good to have the Premier League back. You know, I think that was one thing we was all missing as well. You know, some football to watch. I think it's always good to have a lot of things you've seen, obviously, even like the past stuff, but you know, it is what it is. As you see here, I'm just sort of toying with him. Like at this point, like he, as I said, like his press wasn't there. If I passed it to, if he got the ball from me in like my final third or around the halfway line, it was because I made a mistake. I tried to rush the pass or something like that. As Danny smashes that into the near post. Yeah, like his press wasn't there. That's something maybe this guy needs to improve on. Is it the pressing side of his game? Trying to force me into mistakes rather than I'm basically making him make mistakes. You know, you want to be asking questions of your opponent, not the opponent asking questions of yourself. And I remember him pausing there, and I was like, is he going to rage quit? But I think we do like a full minute pause here, so I'll take a little sip whilst we wait for this to finally be done. Yeah, it only took 30 seconds. It did some subs, I believe, or maybe changed his formation, but Danny Ings obviously firing that into the near post to make it 7-2, and I believe that's it when it comes to goals. I might be wrong. There is some nice chances here in the game. What I do recommend, if you guys are wanting to improve on your FIFA skills, watch the gameplay back, watch some of the stuff I talk about, because most of the stuff I am repeating myself because the game is very simple, but just watch how I'm sort of building up my play, what I'm trying to look for. The best way to improve a lot of times is obviously playing a lot, but also watching a lot of top players, because that will allow you to see what works from somebody at a high level. So for example, I know near post shots are probably the best sort of percentage of chances of scoring. but maybe not a lot of people do already know that. So if you watch a pro, for example, like myself, you'd be like, oh, he shot near post there. I usually shoot across goal and the keeper saves it, or it goes wide. And the near post is a higher percent of actually going in. So you'd be like, okay, next time when I get that opportunity, I'm going to shoot near post and hopefully get a goal that way. But yeah, little things like that. That's what you got to pick up, the ball rolls, the drag backs, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, why am I doing it. As you see here, we whip it in. Oh, I wanted a scorpion kick there from Redmond, but it wasn't meant to be. The diving header, which was very interesting, to be fair. But if that went in, I don't know what I would have done in that moment. Probably not a lot, because I was very tired at the time. As I mentioned, I have builders in the house. I wasn't getting much sleep because when my sleep pattern is very nocturnal, I'm doing like the opposite to what most people actually do. So when they was doing all this work, that's usually my time I sleep. But instead, I was getting woken up because they're drilling and hammering and whatever it may be. But yeah, this game is sort of coming to the end of it all. As I said, I don't think there is any more goals. It's a 7-2 win for myself. GG's to this fella. And as I mentioned, if you want to get involved with any of the FIFA tournaments or any of the football stuff, head over to the Southampton Foundation's socials and you will be able to find out a little bit more when it comes to that, as that is another offside goal at SFC_foundation, and they'll be able to help you and direct you in the right way when it comes to all that type of stuff. But yeah, ending the game 7-2. Very simple, really. It's just that the game went on for longer than maybe it should have due to obviously the 10 minutes. Usually it's about 6-minute halves. But Danny Ings, did we score? Oh, we don't. We tried to green time the finish because of the weak foot. But yeah, that is it for the game. 7-2 win for myself. GG's to this for that. And as I said, if you want to improve at your FIFA skills, have a look back at the footage, what I'm basically showing you when I'm playing other people, and think what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, what's working. So for example, the drag backs, why do they work so well? Why does the ball roll work so well? What I'm doing in defence, am I trying to press? Am I trying to read the pass? It all depends on the situation, what's ahead of me, rather than anything else. But yeah, GG's to this lad. See a lot of shots from both of us, really. GG's. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And peace.